been 10 years since Corson 5 fell, and this rotten place arose out of the ashes like a Bloggian pimple. The Emperor promised peace and order, but all Ms. Zircon got was oppression and slightly cheaper consumer electronics. Travel to other worlds has been heavily restricted, along with civil liberties and public crying. But with all the bleakness and despair and hideous architecture, there is one grace note. This is where the resistance was born. Sargasso, the land the time forgot. Or rather, the land the Emperor took one look at and could not forget fast enough. Full of acidic swamps, primordial beasts, and bugs. Lots of bugs. The Emperor quickly decided that there were better ways to spend his time than conquering this mudball. The Gelatonium outpost once belonged to the Kirchu tribe, but they were wiped out when they accidentally misspelled the Emperor's name on their tax returns. Since then, the Morts have moved in and salvaged what they could. Officially, they remain neutral in the galactic conflict, but unfortunately, rumors have arisen that they have been harboring a key member of the Resistance in secret. Floating in the debris of what used to be Scar Stew, thank you, Emperor Nefarious, Zerkie's is a family-run rest stop for galactic travelers who wish to remain off the grid. With refueling platforms and a full-service restaurant, this establishment caters to smugglers, pirates, resistance members, and anyone else wishing to try the best flurgberry pie this side of Santa Fe. Finally, the recent dimensional crisis has brought some unexpected changes to the establishment. But when your clientele is largely comprised of criminals and freedom fighters, having your dining room in another dimension is quite a perk. Savali is home to a handful of monks that reside in the ruins of an ancient Lombax outpost. It is rumored they are the descendants of Bogon Galaxy pilgrims who chose to devote themselves to dimensional knowledge and revitalizing yoga rather than bodybuilding and bounty hunting like the other members of their species. With the Lombaxes long gone, they are also the keepers of their most treasured secrets, such as advanced knowledge of dimensionality and a really good Snivelakian bean hummus recipe. Ooh! Blizar Prime is a Ragongo-level mining operation known as the galaxy's main source of Blizon crystals. Integrated in high-energy capacitors, this material was once prevalent in computers, starships, and warpinators. These days, however, the rare ore is mostly shipped to the Emperor's research facility on Cordelion for various dark projects. Speaking of which, when the dimensional crisis broke out earlier today, communication with the miners went silent, and their shipments to the Empire were missed. So, Ms. Zircon thinks that maybe Blizar might not be the safest place to be right now. Yes, indeedy! Molinoth Gulch is the largest scrapyard in the galaxy. Once an arena for titanic robot death matches and full-contact poetry slams, this area became a well of highly sought-after ancient ore and rare technology. While the Emperor shows little interest in these outdated parts, the Vullards have managed a fairly stable business salvaging the bones of these classic warriors. Or at least they did, until the pirates began to loot them on a regular basis. They say it takes tremendous pressure to create diamonds, so what better place to set up an experimental forge than the crushing depths of Cordelion's boundless oceans? Kadaro Station is one of the Emperor's most secure facilities, using a classified energy source to power its Rubion forge, which can manipulate the strongest metals while crafting the most delicate circuitry. With a workshop like that, it is no wonder that this facility is the rumored birthplace of all the Emperor's battle mechs, armor, and espresso machines. Ah, Adolis, the not-so-secret home base of the pirates, is a bastion for robots who wish to live a life of adventure, freedom, and morally ambiguous deeds. But that sort of life can be an expensive one, so the pirates have also waded into the treacherous waters of Brandon and Target markets by creating their very own theme park. Have you ever wanted to be a pirate for a day? You can, if you can survive the pirate trials. Its success has been mixed, but the pirates have still flourished in recent years thanks to their mysterious captain, who has somehow managed to stay one step ahead of Emperor Nefarious and his efforts to utterly destroy them. Perpetually racked by storms, Vacheron is home to the most feared prison in the galaxy, Zordoom. Prior to the rise of Emperor Nefarious, it was filled with murderers, despots, and monsters. Now it is packed to the brim with suspected resistance members, actual resistance members, and anyone who may have looked at the Emperor in a funny way. Overcrowding has also become a serious issue recently, but the Warden claims to have a bold new strategy: reforming prisoners with a gauntlet of crushing pistons. My dear Zerky is known for being a calm and peace-loving individual, committed to serving anyone and everyone. But what most patrons do not realize is that our family used to be elite synthoid weapons. Zerky himself conducted whole symphonies of pain, crushing his foes with ease. But as he sat amidst the ruins of Scar Stew, pondering the mass extinction he wrought upon its people, he realized that he could kill anything except hunger and thirst. So he laid down his blaster and built a place where he could try to slay those feelings on a daily basis. Ooh, so inspiring! Ms. Zircon, on the other hand, built a tidy side business selling and modifying weapons for those still hungry for violence, while their beloved son Junior set up a battle arena for those still thirsty for pain.
So, I had a weird meeting this morning. Caden came in. Apparently, the council liked my mapping work on Savali enough that they want me to expand it by mapping every dimension in existence. Yeah, that might be impossible. Okay, I thought about it over lunch. I don't think it's that impossible. I'll just need the Dimensionator, which Caden loaned me, a year and 3 weeks, which has already been approved, and to never sleep again. Work starts tomorrow. Mapped my first dimension today. Pretty standard stuff, except the colors there were so vivid, like, whoa. And there were these creatures. One of them even looked like a Lombax, but he had smaller ears, a mask, and a cane, and I think he was pulling some kind of heist. Whatever it was, it looked cool. Second dimension down, not as colorful as the first one, but the creatures were definitely stranger. Their bodies were made out of all these old relics, but they could break apart and still be alive. It was so wild. And now I wish I had asked Caden for more time. I just want to learn the stories of all these dimensions. Third dimension was cubes. Really, really smart cubes. I don't know what else to say there, except that I might have to stop doing these for every dimension I visit because there's a little bit less than an infinite amount left, and I could have mapped 32 in the time since I started talking. Okay, bye. Good news, mapping's going well. Bad news, apparently not well enough, because Caden just asked me to go faster. Wouldn't say why, but he sounded stressed, so I let it go. Faster. Yeah, okay, like it's that easy. Well, good thing I stopped doing those recordings. Wait, I'm doing one now. Ah! I know I was going to stop doing these recordings, but I can carve out some time every once in a while. Just, I'm a genius. Dimension 31X7, not super different from home, but there were these creatures. One was firing a gun and spinning himself around every other second, while the other hung out on his shoulder doing live commentary. Oh, I wanted to hang out with them so badly. I finally figured out a way to map even faster. Caden might kill me, but listen. Instead of all the cranking and pulling a trigger to use the Dimensionator, I just converted the whole thing into a helmet that runs on voice commands. I mean, he can't argue with the results, and if he does, I'll just complain about it here. Dimension 242Y8, quite possibly the cutest dimension I've ever seen. Oh, the inhabitants were all made out of wool, I think. They could literally make anything. And there was a really pleasant voice following me around everywhere. Oh, it was incredible. Oh, and what's even better? I think I'm finally close to mapping my last dimension. So tomorrow I'm going to sleep in for an hour because I'm done, baby. I mapped every single dimension in existence. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, I can't wait to see Caden's face when I give him the map. And tell him that I'll be going back to all those dimensions soon. There's still so much I can learn. I found out why Caden has been so stressed lately. Something bad's going on. Bad enough that we need to hide as many Lombaxes as we can. And I guess all of my mapping work was to help find the perfect dimension for us to hide in. So, yeah. I hope I didn't screw anything up. This is my final recording. If you're listening to this, that means you didn't make it to the new dimension with us, and I'm so sorry. We're trying hard to get everyone now, but our race is scattered across so many dimensions, This is not farewell. I left a copy of my dimensional map in the archives, and I marked down where we're all going. I wish I could have left you a Dimensionator too, but hey, I'm only one Lombax. I hope you find your way back to us, and if you do, please look me up. The name's Mags, and I'd love to hear your story.
Well, we meet again.
Are you gonna start any trouble here?
Yes. That would be exciting, no?